Hello, good day ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Miriam K. Welcome to my channel, and I hope you like what you see. If you do, you can subscribe, and then you can also click the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a video. And I do various videos on business, personal life. Well, my channel is about professional and personal growth, so anything to do with that. So welcome. And I know, of course, right now it's not easy. We're all going through it, you know, with the big C, coronavirus, COVID-19. And I know it's affected a lot of people, some more so than others. And to all those that have lost their lives, rest in peace. And to everybody that is struggling with it right now, you are in my prayers. And I know it's hard, but we will go through this. You know, we will go through this to overcome. As somebody that has been in a war and all of that and survived, I know when you're in it, you don't actually see the light. You know, you don't see the light, but just stay strong. And it's sad that it had to be this way, but stay strong and we'll get through this. This is why I'm not here to complain about the UK is officially on lockdown, but I'm not here to complain about that, because coming to think about it right now, about half the world is on lockdown. And among all those people, one thing I can say, I have, number one, my life, health. Even though I had a scare last week, I was, you know, unwell and with suspected coronavirus, but thankfully it wasn't. Thank God for that. So I'm healthy. As you can see, I've got food, I've got, you know, light, I've got water, you know, I've got loved ones, and so I can't really complain. But of course, coronavirus is going to affect all of us in one way or the other. It's gonna affect us. It's just fact, you know. Even when it's all over with, we are going to continue to see the impact of this virus for a long time to come, and we're all gonna have to make adjustment. Which brings me to my video today. So today I wanted to talk about things we can do. Number one, if you have a business or you're an entrepreneur, things you can do to kind of just survive and still keep your brand alive during this period. And then also on the personal aspect of things you can do as well to survive this period, you know, that where most of us are locked down and social distancing, whatever you want to call it, quarantine. We are homebound, let's just put it that way. So while we're in this situation, we still need to realize life still goes on, and I think we have to look at the advantages, what we can take out of this, or what we can still just continue doing, because as I say, life still has to go on. And these are just some things that I feel that we can implement. If you have a brand, a business, you're an entrepreneur or anything like that, an organization, things you can implement just to keep your brand going, for your business growth, survival, and all of that. Because these difficult times, a lot of businesses are on standstill right now, but these are some things that you can implement. So one of the key things right now is developing or improving your online presence, digital marketing. Right now, I think at this very moment in time, I think we're really seeing the importance of having an online presence as a business, as a brand, because right now that nobody is able to go out there and be in your premises or whatever, how else are people going to know you're around? That's why it's important to have an online presence. And what I mean by that, things like a website. Have you got a website? Is your website up to date with the right information? Your address, your non-contact number, is all of that up to date? Your social media pages, are they up to date with all the correct information? Are there things that you need to maybe remove or add? Maybe you need to just kind of go through and clean up your social media pages. Things that you might have said, because one thing that we're seeing these days, people will find tweets or whatever post you made back when you were a chick in an egg and used it against you. So use this time to go through your social media and clean it up if there are things you don't want people to see or take an offense to, because this is the age of offending everybody for anything. So I say sort that out right now, create that presence. And even if you don't have to be posting like every day, but you can be making posts every now and then. It can be something as simple as maybe just a screenshot of the news statistic, just keeping people up to date, because right now people have time. Trust me, people have time right now. So right now is the best time to capture people's attention. It can be a quote, it can be an affirmation, word of encouragement, just something just to keep it going. And right now people need encouragement, they need that hope, you know, they need that support. So you can use that to your advantage across all your social media pages. And then that also links in with you connecting with your customers sometimes, or your clients. There are maybe emails you've had for Lord knows how long you haven't gone through. Use this time to go through it, respond to people like personally. If people have been making comments on your social media pages and DMs you have not been able to before reach out because you're busy, this is the time to do that. We just reach out saying sorry for the late response, you know, response, whatever. I hope you are keeping safe and doing well, you and your family, you know, all the best wishes. Something like that personal touch, it goes a long way. Like every now and then I will call or text my clients, ask them how they are doing. Nothing about business, just how are you doing, how is your family, how are you holding up, and just giving them those words of encouragement. Simple, you know, just let people know that you genuinely care about them, that they are not just a figure to you, they are not a dollar sign, that they are somebody, you know, and that you care. And that goes a long way, because that's how you build like long-lasting business relationships. And then that brings me also to, obviously, also I think one thing that is very important right now is to kind of, we all have to come together for the community. Even if your business is not, you don't have to be a non-profit or a charity to be able to do something. You can still use this time to do something. Maybe you and your staff can come together, do something to raise funds. Maybe you can do like a challenge, a live you know, challenge, or whatever the case may be. Use that and raise money and then donate it to maybe an organization or company that is helping people that are affected by the virus. Do something. You can sponsor things that are going on. You can volunteer. You don't have to physically go out. There are other ways you can volunteer, for example, by maybe putting something together for them, a flyer. You can do something, you know. Right now with my foundation, we were, you know, invited to take part in helping to raise like awareness, and I put together a poster, you know. I put together a poster just with information on all of that that they're going to be posting around the community to help people. So there are things that you can do even while at home, and that gets your brand out there, and that shows like you're genuinely like there for the people when they are at need, because these are the times that you're going to know who genuinely cares right at this moment. Also, this is a time for you to sort out all your admin paperwork, whether it's to do with your finances, your financial paperwork, and go through your business plan, review your plan, see what needs changing, go through and see what you've achieved, what you haven't, what needs to be done. Use this time to do that instead of just sitting around complaining. Use the time and do that. What about your taxes? Have you got all your figures together? Do you need all those things you need to do, what you need to put together to file your taxes? And if you do self-taxing, and all the things you can organize as well within admin wise, your contacts, have you got things sorted, paperwork, like just use this time to do that, so that way when once things kick off, you don't have to spend time doing that. That would have been done, you would just be ready to go. And then if you or your team, you come together, make plan, you know, on what's next, what you need to work on, what you need to improve, what you've done well, what you need to continue, what needs to be changed. This is the time to do that. You know, maybe even rebrand, that's up to you, but look in your business affairs and see what needs to be done. And then also adapting to the situation. Right now, as I say, there is not much business, there's not many businesses that are really making a profit, more so like grocery stores and just those essential things, and places like Amazon, you know. But it doesn't mean your website or your brand should be, you know, completely dead. Think about things you can do. Maybe you can produce content, even things like maybe a podcast, you know, a podcast talking about different things. That is something that you can do as well. And or other types of content, it can be things like articles. Maybe this is the time you can use to write articles and put things together. So use this time to do that. Networking is very, very important, and I know for a lot of people, they'll be thinking, you know, how can I network, you know, when I can't even attend networking events and this and that. You know, there are ways. Of course, as I say, social media, LinkedIn is still alive, is still kicking. This is the time for you to connect with people, establish, you know, business relationships, and see what people are doing, what they're up to, and even just a simple message. And then maybe along the line you may be able to develop a professional relationship, and maybe they may even become a client or customer. Down the line you can plan things. And also there are actually virtual networking events. Yep, I actually have one booked. I think 17th of April or so is a women's, you know, in business networking event virtually. So you book it, you get a link. So there are those still happening. If you go on Eventbrite or anything, you search for it, there are also a virtual networking event, you know. And also if you do things like I do, speaking, you can still do that virtually. And you make use of things like tools like Zoom. Zoom has become a very popular one. Even top, you know, shows are using that right now, like the late night shows. That's how now they are linking up with like guests that usually come to the studio, so you can use that. And also Facebook also has a video calling facility that you can use. So there's a lot that you can also put into good use right now to be still doing networking while everything is, you know, on standstill, really. And then I think finally I'll say make plans, like plans moving forward, future plans. Go through your business plan if you have one already. If you don't have one, this is the time to write one, to put together a business plan, because it kind of gives you a focus on what you want to do, what you need to do, how you're going to, your goals, your objectives, how you're going to achieve them, and it gives you a clearer picture. So if you don't have one, I suggest you do one now. I'm actually gonna add a template, a business plan template, a simple one, on my website, miriamk.co.uk, and I'll put it there so you can upload it and use that template to basically just write. So there are things that you can still be doing, even though things are on standstill as right now. As I say, I do speaking, so I'm still out there looking for opportunities to do speaking down the line once things go back to normal. So it's not time for you to relax and completely forget. You still need to do what you need to do. So that's it for the business aspect of things. I hope those tips are helpful somewhat, and I hope it helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to send me an email. All my details are in the description anyway, so feel free to do that. Now we're gonna go over to the personal aspect of things. As I say, Miriam K, we're all about professional and personal growth. So but on the personal aspects, I think this is a time for all of us to really like reflect on what you've done. It does not have to be just this year. Look back on everything, things that you wanted to do, things you haven't been able to do. Why were you not able to do them? What was the issue? Reflect, because when you're able to reflect, then be able to restart and think, all right, this is what went right, this is what didn't go right. You'll be able to reflect. Through reflection, you'll be able to repair. After repairing, then you'll be able to see if you need to restart. So it's very, very important personally for us to use this time to do that. Use this time to set target. Please don't be carried away with everything and wanting to watch all the shows on Netflix back to back to back to back. Please use your time wisely. Yes, you feel like, you know, there's nothing to do. I'm not saying don't use entertainment, of course, otherwise it's going to be depressing. Do that by all means, but everything in proportion. Everything, make sure you don't overdo it. So the way to do that, to keep track of things and kind of make sure you're staying on track, is to make sure you set goals. It can be daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and break them down. Write them, because when you write something down, I am very traditional, I still use paper books. When you write, so you can use your phone, there are many apps that you can use. Even I use Evernote quite a lot, so use that to make sure you keep track, because when you see it, you're more likely to work on it. So make sure you do that. And then also, this is a time to spend with your family. A lot of people always complain, all I do is work, I don't have time for my kids. Well, now you do. I know it's not easy having kids around 24/7. Trust me, I've got 3-year-old twin toddlers, so I know how difficult it can be to do anything with kids around. But use this time to spend time with them. Get to know your kids, what they like, what they're into, what the subject that they're doing. There are some people that know what everybody is doing in their house, what that person ate yesterday, who that person was dating before, who this person is throwing shade at, who this one is. All these things, they're people that spend more time. They know all of that, but they don't know the subject their kids are doing in school. Yep, very, very true. So now you've been given this opportunity. Take it and use this time to spend with your family. Get to know your kids. Plan with your family. Set target with your family. Talk to your kids. Know them individually so you can connect with them. That way you're able to help them as well with their growth. And find activities to do within the house, because don't just let them sit on, you know, tablet or whatever 24/7 or whatever. Make sure you do activities together as a family. And things like board games, yes, board games actually still exist. Things like board games, you can use that. It helps to really build kids their skills. Like my son loves to build things. He is so good with his hands, and so I always get him things that he can construct, put together. So do things like that. Even within the house, you can use the home to teach them. Like my kids, they're young right now to like be able to cook or whatever, but I make sure I teach them about safety, like in the kitchen, about heat, temperatures, about safety, where is safe, where is not, so they can have that awareness, texture, colors. There is so much. The home is rich of learning resources. You just have to put it into good use and find those resources and use them wisely. When in Africa they do a subject called home economics, and it is so important. I don't know about here if we do much of that. When I was at school, we did textile, then we do food technology, which is not really the same. But home economics is kind of a wholesome subject all in one that teaches you basic skills, home skills, life skills, you know, things like cooking, the safety of it, taking care of the home, and not just for girls or women, for both, because the world we live in right now, you as a man, you might be single for a long time and need to be able to now to take care of yourself, or go into university. Do your kids know how to use the washing machine? Do they know how to use dishwasher if you have one? Do they know how to use the cooker? Do they know how to fold their clothes or make their beds? Do they know certain home improvement skills, certain DIY? Use this time to teach them that. You know, it's very important because these are skills they take with them for life. Also, use this time to maybe reorganize your home, your space, wherever it is, and maybe redecorate, because it helps as well mentally. When you change things around, you do certain things, it kind of just refreshes you. And also it's spring, you know, you can still do spring cleaning, move things around, just change it. That is going to help you to cope with this lockdown and being in the same place for so long, 24/7, you know, without being outside and seeing other people doing things. So change things around, redecorate. That helps you cope mentally. It goes a long way. Try it. Trust me, you will see the changes that it will make. It doesn't have to be the entire house. It can be a section. You know, I've been doing a lot of organizing my kids' stuff, this, that, just doing my shoes, all those things. Use this time to do it. Things that you don't usually have time for because you're so busy with work, kids, you know, school runs. Now you don't have that, so use this time to do other things. And then also, this is the time you can use, as I say, think about your own journey, life journey. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself going? Are you currently passionate about what you're doing? Are you enjoying the job where you're working? Do you think you can do more? How do you go about this? Do that. And also, there are so many very cheap, even free online courses on any subject you can think of. I mean, anything. So use that. Give yourself that time. And this courses, you do it at your own time. Like for me, I've done several of those courses to keep myself updated with things. When my kids go to bed, I use that time to do that. Some people may choose early in the morning, but for me, sometimes I wake up in pain, so I don't. But when my kids go to bed, I've rested, taking my medication, then I'm like, okay, sit down. Use that time to do that. Or what about your driving? You want to do your driving? Use this time to study for your theory and do it. You know, start preparing for that. Make preparation. You can use for online courses. You can use tools like Udemy. You also have Skillshare, YouTube, Fiverr. There are so many that you can go, and they actually have a lot of courses that are free. You can do that. Take up a new hobby. Maybe you want to learn how to sew, learn that. Maybe you want to, I don't know, learn calligraphy or whatever. Use this time to do that and balance things out, you know. And those are just my tips, but on top of it all, keep strong, stay strong, be faithful, be hopeful. This too shall pass. Yes, it's not easy, but we will surely overcome and live to tell the story. I wish you good health. Take care of yourself, your family. Stay safe, stay home. If it's not necessary to be out, don't. This virus is very, very serious. People are dropping like flies, so let's take it serious. And also keep ourselves sane, because we don't know how long this may go on for. Even our leaders, government, professional, the specialists, the scientists, even they don't know how long this will be for. So use this time to do something so you don't lose it, and just keep yourself sane, because it is easy to, during these times, to fall into bad habit, into depression, and develop habits that may be hard to shake off. Things like alcoholism, things like gambling, you know, a lot of things, and drugs, whatever. Is, and depression and anxiety is hard. It's very, very easy right now to slip into those sort of habits. So but doing all of these things will kind of just help you. And above all, just remain hopeful, and we shall overcome. We'll get to the other side. This too shall pass, and through all of it, we will continue to rise. Thank you. I wish you good health. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and feel free to share this video, subscribe. I got more videos coming up, and even I want to do some, you know, suggesting some activities that you can do with, if you've got kids of different ages. So yeah, and I also want to be doing some live streams as well, but I'll put all my details for my Facebook, so you can follow me on all those platforms and see. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay safe.